All right. You good?
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're live.
No, tell me.
Hello, Anna and Kirk. How are you guys doing? You're unmuted. Are you muted?
I'm doing good.
Good. Hi. Good. Good. Okay. So I am going to show you some cool stuff today, and I'm actually going to get rid of this. And then let's see if I can do this real quick because I feel like I have to do this every single time. Switch it back so I can reflect what's happening on my computer actually up there. Yeah, but today, so we're going to talk about the quarterly magazine. So have you, even if any of you used the quarterly magazine in the past?
No, I haven't.
Okay, have you, I guess a difference, it's like you have?
I tried.
You tried. You've messed with it.
Print it out. I didn't know how to deliver it.
Okay, so I'll show you that as well. So there's going to be, we'll go through kind of what this one entails and kind of how to utilize it, customize it, and then how, like, methods that you can actually send it off to people. So that'll be good. Okay, so there's that showing up online or on the projector. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's do the whole thing. Why not? Okay, so let me pull open that. We're going to go to agent, agnet every time, agent.kw.com. Let's go in. Always nervous, it changes on its own. Okay, so where you find the quarterly magazine is where you pretty much find anything else for your marketing. It's going to be in designs. So when we go into designs, let's do that too, so you can make it look pretty. Let's move that over down there. Okay, so when you are in designs, to create a new design, you click up here in the top right corner, create design, and where you're going to find the prints or the quarterly magazine is in print. It's not going to be in social or email or anything like that. You're going to find the quarterly magazine right here, because the idea of it is you customize it digitally, and you either through command get it printed, and create it as a magazine to send out to people, or you download it and send it to a third party business that can design them or print out and make sure the magazine is the way it needs to be. So right here is where you go to print, click continue, and as soon as it pulls up, there we are. It's going to be under lead generation right here. And it's called personally branded zine. It's not called quarterly magazine, which I kind of wish it was. I get this. I think the reason for that is to kind of show what it's for. It is personally branded. It's a magazine that is official. It's professionally done. You do minimal work, and it's something that will impress anyone that sees it. And yeah, so I get that. But for me, it's like we call it a quarterly magazine. They announce it as a quarterly magazine is available, but you'll find it under lead generation as personally branded zine. So when you click on here, you're going to see a number of different orientations for it. They actually have different styles. So, and these are all the past ones as well. So make sure that when you're looking at one that you see at the very bottom, does it say Q3? Does it say Q2? I believe this one, of course, this is, gosh, go away. I can never find a good place for anything. These little Zoom menus don't disappear. And then this one is Q1. So make sure you're using the proper one. You can go back and look at the other ones and see if there's anything applicable if you want to make a small little magazine of past content, if it's relevant or I guess still relevant. Sometimes things will be either summer, spring, winter, whatever it is. Like they may have content that may not be applicable for July or August. So keep that in mind. So I am going to actually look at these. So you have different sizes as well, orientations. So you have booklets, social square. So you can create it for a social media account. If you want to have a magazine that's in social media orientation and you post it on your Facebook page, people can cycle through it as they cycle through images on Facebook, right? So if you can compile them on there. But we are going to focus on what's considered, I guess, the normal one, right? So the 8.5 by 11 booklet is right here. So when you filter it, you're going to see all three for Q1, Q2, and Q3. So we're going to do Q3 and check it out. So you click use, and now we're going to pull up and see what it's all about. I did take a look at this. I didn't look at all of the topics, but I know a handful of things, which and I want to show you some cool things. So like I said, some of you may have messed with this before. So I'm just going to reiterate a little bit of how to add the quarterly magazine to customize, because what you see on the left-hand side is you see all of them here. They don't automatically go into your design. They are all sitting here as templates, and you can scroll through and see all of the different things right here. And you can add them and just read the content if you want. But I do want to see, I think I did notice, yeah, you'll notice there's 1, 2, 3 front covers. You can choose what design is best for you. What one do you like more? Granted, these are customizable. So if there's something you want to change, like you do like this green making memories, you can go in and you can change it to blue. You can change it to orange. You can change the font. You can change the size of it, whatever you want to do. It's your magazine. I actually really like, I like this one. I think Oregon wise, my wife and I were just talking about it. It's like, I haven't touched the water this summer, guys. I'm pathetic. So I see this and I'm attracted to like the image of happiness in cold water. So like, I'm going to add that one. I know I need to do something like I just need to jump in the river, even for a second. It's all I need. I need that fix. Yeah, so we'll add that. So as soon as I click that plus button right up here, it adds as a page. Granted, it does have the DBA and the template for agent first name, last name. So there's things you need to customize here, but it has, and let's zoom in a bit for the people in the back / people online. You have kind of a sneak peek of what's in the magazine, as well as it says volume 3, summer 2021. But yeah, so right here, you click on it. If you have the your logos uploaded, you can just bloop. Nope, don't do that. Go away. Oh, replace logo. Sorry, I didn't click it. So there you go. So now it's in. Then let's go back to templates or templates if you're a funny person. So you can add a bunch of different things. This, for example, the note from the agent, when you add this, check this out. You can almost add like a letter to your clients, a nice little, dear current and future clients, or anything you want to say. Change this to you, have a picture of you, and give them a little forward, a little bit of a, looking forward into the future, or like, about you, what you can do for them. Just kind of following up, checking in, whatever you want to do. Look at what they say here and see if this is, you want to mess with a few things. Use that word, this text. This isn't here just to erase. So if this is something you want to say, go ahead and say it, or just modify a few things so it's more in line with what you would say. But it's really cool. I really love how Keller Williams does this. I'm glad they're starting to do it this year. And I mean, I'm not an agent, but I'm kind of jealous. I kind of wish I could use this. I really do. I think it's really a really cool idea to send out to people. And it's like, I don't have to do a lot of work to do it. And that's like my favorite kind of thing. But okay, so when we go in, you can see a couple other things like quarter in review. If you add this, you're going to get some fun little numbers. Number of houses sold, average sales price, average market days. Granted, it does say insert neighborhood. So this is just filler stuff. So this is something you may have to modify yourself. Just you find the snapshot information and just transpose it into here. One thing I've noticed, I've noticed this. Have you noticed, you see how it has a white border on just 3 sides? I was looking at it, I couldn't find anything about it, but I can't tell if it's intentional or not. Like, is this supposed to technically be all the way up here? Does that make sense? I don't know. Like, is that supposed to be a full page where the entire gray, like that eggshell color goes all the way to the edge? I don't know. Does anybody have an idea? Has anybody heard? I don't know. That's news to me. I noticed this today because I just wanted to go through and look at it, and I noticed that, and I haven't had time to really check and see.
You need to make sure that when you print, that image stays.
Yeah. And so like this, if you're worried, I honestly don't think in printing that if you were to bring this all the way to the edge, that it would mess with the print. Because worst case scenario, when it gets put together, it's at a part where the seam is. Maybe that's, I don't know, but even the top and bottom, I don't get it. I think it might be a issue with the dimensions of the image versus the dimensions of the 8.5 by 11. For some reason, it's not aligned. So if you do add someone, or add one of these pages, just keep that in mind and just, I think honestly, extend that all the way to the edge. Because you see this is all the way to the edge. So I think like the red banner. So that's a weird little thing that's happening there. Okay, but real quick, you'll notice like I can't zoom or scroll up or down to go to the pages before. The reason is because right here in the bottom right section, they've moved it. It moved since the last time we've done this, is pages are now on the right-hand side. So when you click that, you can now just cycle through the pages themselves. And you can go ahead and duplicate a page, delete a page. I believe you can actually rearrange a page too. So if you accidentally do something like this one's actually doesn't need to be there. Bye. Okay. There you go. And we could just collapse that. Oh, wait, no, let's go back. Because I think if you add one wherever you are, it'll add right after that. So let's go back to the very end and take a look at some other things. So there are a handful of things that you cannot customize on here. Just keep that in mind. There are 3 articles, I believe. And the 3 articles you can add to it. It's great information that they add to this. That is relevant information, but I believe they are pre-made. Can't mess with them. I think that it's mainly for, you know, like just correct information. They don't want you to go and manipulate information on here because, you know, they want to make sure that the information you're giving your clients is correct. That's on here. So like, let's check this out. So buyer and seller facts. And it looks like a multi-page, like a 3-page document. So yeah, 8 client questions from both sides of the transaction. Actually, no, it looks like you can modify this. Can you modify this? Let's see. Oh, you can do this one. So it looks like it's not one of those articles. Unless they've changed it. I did look and they did say you cannot modify them. So unless this time they decided to, oh yeah, there's more articles. So perhaps there's certain ones you can't. Just keep it in mind. I wouldn't mess with too much in here unless you do see as your trusted advisor / advisors, I/we. You want to go through and read. If there's anything that has brackets, I don't believe it's going to pre-fill like it is a smart plan or anything like that with contact first name, contact last name. It's not going to do that. And so just keep that in mind that when you just go through and read it, make sure that the information, that there's none of those, because that'd be kind of a little bit embarrassing. Like one of those things that you are trying to fall asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning and you remember it from 3 years ago and you're like, oh, that was so stupid. That was so embarrassing. Happens all the time, right? Those high school things. You don't want that to happen here. So just go through, read it, and make sure that you don't miss any of those. Yeah, so you can add a bunch of that. I'm not going to add these other pieces. Perhaps actually, let's say we don't want that. But you're free to add the whole thing if you want. To go through, we have featured listings. So if you have any listings that are coming up or listings that you want to feature, you can add them right here. You go ahead and click it. And you add the items or the information. Granted, things seem to be popping so fast that maybe you don't want to add this, or you can even say it is a featured listing, or I don't know, like you can even add something about maybe change this to look what was just sold. Look what left the market in 4 days, whatever it is, right? Something crazy. And then put in the description, like you can say something, you know, about, you know, how hot the market is and kind of incentivize saying, see, like this home, this area was this price and we were able to, you know, put it on the market and have it sold within 10 days, 16 days, whatever it is. And it's just, you know, so they kind of like, even though maybe it's not a listing that would last the duration of this magazine in August, perhaps it's something you still want to feature and show people just like them are selling homes that are going quick. So, wet and wild ways you can cool off your backyard. Sounds fun.
Customized by neighborhood.
Customized by neighborhood, like this featured listing, like change it to where it's like maybe a map.
Buy a magazine or like have that page customized to a specific neighborhood.
Yeah. So like, no, if you were to do that, like say, you know, put in here, like, make a screenshot of a neighborhood. If you do like it's a good example. like you know those neighborhood snapshots, right? Like with
Mhm.
what we do the last week, the landing pages. So I'm thinking the landing pages where you can put like a neighborhood snapshot of a certain neighborhood, like you can do that. And if you're sending it to a specific area, like say here's a, maybe not, doesn't have to be only people in that neighborhood, but you can say featured neighborhood. And maybe every time you have one of these magazines, you feature a certain neighborhood in like Oswego or Tualatin or wherever you're wanting to do it, and just show kind of data specific to that neighborhood. Yeah. And you can, again, you can customize this 100%. Like you just click on this and now you're able to change the image, add it right here, upload it, and mess with this whole thing. So if this isn't exactly what I want to do, there's no rule saying you have to keep it a featured listing. Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. Make it more broad. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, so wet and wild ways you can cool off your backyard. Actually, let's be real. Is anybody else curious? I'm kind of curious. Sprinkler, squirt guns, water balloons, above ground pool. So this is fun. It's something that's not necessarily real estate related, but it's just fun information. It's similar where you get like the Costco Connect. If you're a member of Costco, you get a magazine each month, each quarter, whatever it is, in the mail. Not everything's related to Costco, or if you're on an airplane, those airline magazines, it's not everything's airline related. It's just things that, it adds value to a magazine, and perhaps they.
Very nice, but I wish they could come out a bit sooner because.
Yeah.
They got out now.
You're right, and they've been getting better. So this one's the earliest they've gotten it. So when you think about third quarter started July. It started July, and this came out, I want to say, a week and a half ago. It came out. I remember it was like we scheduled and we had it set to have last week's topic. If it came out sooner, I would have reverted it pretty quickly and had this sooner. But you're right. So what I think I'm going to do for now on, when the next quarter, like the fourth quarter magazine comes out, I'll put a post on Facebook, and I'll tell people like, hey, fourth quarter magazine's out. Like, go check it out. It's great information. Get that out to your clients as soon as possible, so it's relevant to whatever it is, whether it's like Thanksgiving and the holidays and all that stuff, right? So, but this is still, it's still relevant in August. People, like, especially in Oregon, we're not going to school yet for the month of August. And so, and how it had, and I think it was the agent kind of snippet, like it says at the beginning, summer is here in the housing market, so it's like, yeah, summer's not here. It is. You're right. But that's kind of like a summer started kind of vibe. You can say like, summer is, we're halfway through summer, or summer is, holding strong. Whatever you want to do. Like, summer seems to not ever go away, but word it to whatever you like. And so it's applicable. And August, I think, is still a great time to talk about things and talk about, like, here, even actually, let's see, can we go back? I'm going to test and see if we can modify this. Oh, again, yes. Okay. They need to update their information about these then, because you can modify things. So with like this one, perhaps right here in this section, you can talk about, we have 1 month left of summer. Let's make the most of it. Here's some cool ways you can cool down during all of our heat waves we seem to be having, whatever you want to say. But you're right. I agree. I think they are getting better. It used to be like the first quarter magazine, I want to say they did it like halfway through. And then the second quarter was a little better. I think it was more or less the same. And then this one, they did get better. So I think it's
because it costs to send it out at the end.
Yeah, I think it's just, they do have, like, I don't know who's doing this. I know KWRI, Realty International, the KW in Austin, Texas, they're working on this. But I'm sure it's like, I don't know, but you're right. I think, we'll see what happens next time. Otherwise I'll give them a stern talking to, see if there's a way that we can improve that turnaround. Okay, like 6 shortcuts to summertime energy savings. That's great information. We got insulate windows and doors, fire up the fans, update your DC. You don't have to do anything with this. You literally just, like, if you want to, you can read through it, get the information. It's great information, but you can go and just absolutely, just click and add. That's it. Also, I've noticed that I've added, as I click add. Oh wait, I've just been clicking on it, haven't I? Yeah. So that's one thing you need to notice, is that if you do add it, make sure you click this add button. because that adds the new page. Otherwise, it'll just override what's on there. So add new page. Now it's going to make a new page, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Hottest spring listings, add that. And again, this may not be something that you have either enough listings for, so there's no pressure to add every single one of these pages. Ask an agent. You may not need this. This may be for like, I mean, you could have this instead of that top one that just talks about, or like kind of gives everyone a intro to the magazine. Either one, you can choose both. May not want your picture there twice. There may not be a need for it, but it's up to you. You can add an advertisement to your own website. That's actually pretty great. So you just add your personal URL right here. In fact, you know what I would do? I would say image, add an image, get your QR code on here instead, like completely, gosh dang it, go away. I hate this little weather app thing at the bottom of Windows 10 now. Right here, like just delete this and maybe add a QR code instead. And now people can just scan it and download your app. Then, oh, there's two of them. What's the point? Oh, I mean, it just has Google Play and App Store. Perhaps if you are doing a digital version, but I don't know, because you can't.
They download the app from
Right here.
Google and they're not linked to your account.
If they download, so that's the thing. So right here, Google. So this I think is a template that maybe you wouldn't use in a print version of this. You would use the other one that either you put the URL or QR code. This version of it, because it showed two of them. This one's for the printouts. This one is for if you do it a digital version of this magazine that you send somewhere, like on your social media, wherever you want to do it. Because what you can do is there's certain websites you can either I think free ones, or there's paid ones that are really cheap that allows you to almost host a digital magazine. So you can send out links to people and they can get a digital copy of the magazine. Or you can have it as a PDF and send it in a newsletter if you wanted to, something like that, right? And so these buttons, when I click on it, right up here, there's a button that says add link. You click, oh, let's collapse that. And then from here, this you would put in your custom link. So, and you put it for both Google Play and App Store, the same link. So when they click on it, if they're on iPhone or Android, it'll automatically divert them to the proper place. Yeah, I just learned that too. So there we go. That's really cool though. I like they have both options there. Okay, so let's say we got 8 pages. I know it's a mess and I didn't add anything new, but we're just gonna say it's done. I've done it all. So there's multiple things that you can do in sharing it. So first I would actually name it. So we're gonna say Q3 magazine. So there's this option right here, order print. I'm going to skip that for now because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole yet until I show these. But you can share it. If you click share, you can directly send it over to your social media, including Pinterest, which is really cool. Which might be worth doing. If you guys don't have a Pinterest account and you're doing these magazines, I think on Pinterest, it almost has its own in-house kind of like bulletin board where you can show these and then link it to Facebook, link it to Instagram, like tell them like go to Pinterest and it'll take them to Pinterest and have it there. That might be worth looking into. I'm curious. I'm not too much of a Pinterest person. I was, and I bought a house. I was kind of done. So I was like Pinterest boarding everything of what I want to do with the house. And now I'm done. I feel like, but yeah, so you can, it looks like you also do, editor, viewer. Okay, you'll notice this. It has this design and this project as tabs for sharing. You can share this tab, or under design, you share this. It says editor.webrand.com. Under project, it says viewer.webrand.com. So sharing this design, you would use this for people wanting to edit. So if you're on a team, for example, you would share this link. Now, if you're a solo agent, you're fine. You just want to share it with clients. The project viewer.webrand.com. If I were to copy this, let's play a little game and see what it looks like. See if it shows anything. There you go. That's awesome. So maybe Pinterest doesn't even be a thing. So it looks like using that link right there under project, when you send that in a social media post or anything, or even a text message, whatever, this is a digital version of the magazine that people can check out. In fact, I don't know. I mean, I didn't put anything on the links. I left a blank page there. Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
No interest.
LinkedIn for there. Pinterest looks like it's just for the editor version, which is interesting. That's the thing. I'm not familiar as much as with Pinterest as I want to be. Probably should be. I'm just not Pinterested, you know? Sorry. Okay. But then you have the download. So obviously with downloads, this would be going straight into your computer. You want to send it out to a third-party printing business that you know of, either online or locally. You would go ahead and you can download as a PNG, JPEG, PNG, PDF standard, which I wouldn't worry too much about. This is small files. Nowadays, it's like even a high quality large file with a PDF printing can be sent in an email. I don't think most people want to do a standard one anyway. So PDF for printing, this is what you would send over to a, Vistaprint or somewhere you're wanting to get a third-party magazine printer. And then you can also download video, which that's not a thing. So don't worry about that right now on this one. So you say PDF for printing. You can then say add crop marks. What this is going to do is I think this adds these like right angle brackets on all corners, so you know where it's going to be cropping. I wouldn't worry too much about those. Includes bleed. That's in order to give you a safe zone. So if you're in a situation where you have certain images or color squares or whatever that aren't going all to the edge, it's best to have it go all to the edge, because when they do print it, there's always that few millimeter margin of error, and to avoid any white lines around the edge when they print it. So I would include bleed if I were you. You can manually change it, but just put automatic and it will make sure that's there. And then download as CMYK, that stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and K stands for black. Don't know why, don't ask me. That's black. But that just means you want to download with those. You're going to be printing from a printer that focuses on those colors. So for example, here at the office, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. Like that's what we have at the office. So if you use that, that's the digital copy will accommodate, and I believe make sure that those colors stick out more, because sometimes there's some weird discoloration if it thinks the color's there and the printer can't interpret it correctly. If you're going to a professional place, they have different, more impressive printers than us, more robust, that allows colors outside of that 3 to 4 color spectrum. But if you're printing it here and you just want to create something here, like a fun little one with the black binding, like a cheaper version, that more than welcome to. I would just recommend clicking that so it does interpret correctly in the printer. Any questions about that? Anybody here, there? Yeah, so out here in that little like crafts area behind the printer, there's a counter, and there's I can show you, but there's like these black bindings that you can make almost like your own books. And so that's, people would do that for like presentations, like listing presentations. They'll go print it out, and then there's like a little machine that you punch, and you punch all the holes, and then you use that same machine to get the black, what do they call it? Black bindings, black. Yeah. And so I can show you, it's kind of cool. It seems like a machine from the 1970s, but probably is.
And if I want to print like A3, that is fold, and it's like a little, because there aren't that many pages.
Yeah.
So could we also just have?
Are you talking about like a half and half kind of page, and you fold it like, and you could?
Yeah, but making sure that it's printed on.
That might be a little, I mean, there's a way to do that, I guess, if you wanted to. In reality, though, I think the quality and the presentation of having it as a full-fledged size of paper would probably be a little better and more easy to read, because a lot of these have smaller text. So I'd be a little bit of a concern if you put like half and half on like a landscape piece of paper. Is that what you're thinking? And then have like 2 on both sides, but like have it so it's oriented correctly in the right order, page 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that might be a little difficult. I mean, granted, not difficult. It's hard. My head has to wrap around. It's like, okay, this is 1, this is 3, this is 5, you know, that's a little difficult, but also it would look a little, it could go either way. Might be difficult to, yeah.
Because there are no squirrels usually in the magazine.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So that's kind of up to you. And there are other options. Like I know.
You don't even want to have all the single pages, right?
Mm-hmm. So I would honestly say like the best course is to see what options there are out there for third parties. That would look the best. You get finer, you get better paper. So like I like Vistaprint. Vistaprint's great. I've actually ordered a lot of business cards there as sales go on. Granted, it's not the cheapest all the time, but if you're aware and you have like get their emails, they always seem to have sales like 30% off, 40% off, everything. It's like great. So I would look at that there, but like just Google magazine printer. Sorry. Office Depot. Maybe. Are you guys Kirk or is Anna? Are you still guys still on? I could be talking to ghosts.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
hi.
I'm here.
Hi. Have you guys used any? Have you ever done any printouts, like physical printouts for your clients at all?
No, I have not yet.
Okay. What about you, Kirk?
I've just done nothing on this scale.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's not something I maybe asked Tanya. Tanya would know. She's a person that loves to brand things. Like she does shirts even on her own. But she knows a lot of resources like that. Corrine May. I don't have enough. I haven't done enough myself to find out. So maybe Office Depot does, but
Bear printing is the best.
Cricut, Bear Printing. Oh yeah, Bear Printing is another one. Oh, that's another thing. Let me show you this. So on KWPPagents.com, under resources, you scroll down right here, local vendors and businesses. If you click on this, you're going to get everything, including Buzz White, Virtuance, Northwest Realty Signs, and Bear Printing is on here too. So if you need to, you can click on this and it should take you right to Bear Printing. So if you need to find that, or if you want to know what other things have been that we use, this is a good place. I do have one singular plate, like someone had this, I think it was Laura James, does these for Popeyes and closing gifts. And so we have a local person who does, like, I don't know if she has like an Etsy store or something, but these things can be branded, like the wraps around these really nice soaps. Like we had them out in the Commons area, like for a little while. Every time I pass by, like I have a really sensitive nose. I'm like, these are phenomenal. Like I would use these. But if you guys have any local businesses or kind of these kind of gifts that you send to clients, even if it's not local, honestly, like if it's just a knife engraving or cutting boards or whatever, like you use, if you have any of those that you've used in the past and you've liked what they've done, like let me know. I do want to make this almost like a page of great ideas, whether it's for vendors that we typically have or things like this. Just a side little note for you guys. Yeah, but okay, so the last one is right here, this order print. This one, it says the size of the sign is not suited for print. Oh, that's really sad. Look into this, resize design. Fine, let's resize it. See what it tells us we need to have. Did it do it? Let's try it now. Hold on. Explore templates for print order. Resize design. I think I know why. We're going to click done real quick. Actually, no, we're going to just go home. Go home. We're just going to go home. Guys, you're good. You can go home. Let's take a look. It might be A4. Is that, what would A4 be considered? Booklets, perhaps? It's interesting. It's in millimeters. See, my American self, I'm like, oh gosh. Yeah, is that what size is that? Miss Switzerland? I don't know. I was like, yeah, we
But A4 is like a page.
Yeah.
This is A4, right? Or maybe this is not A4, right?
No, I think that's 8.5 by 11 inch. I have a ruler in my office. I don't. Let's try it.
Yeah, because it's larger.
Well,
I don't know anymore.
let's take a look. Let's just see.
That's a good.
And I'm just going to put one page just to see what it looks like and allows us to do. Here we go, right here. So it looks like A4. First notification, your design is available for print order. So for some reason, make sure that if you're wanting to do a print order through the website, that you use A4. Good to know, guys. We all learned something. Okay, so it's just there. Beautiful, single page. Order print. So when you go into here, it's actually going to do a setup. So you can have it as a flyer or as a letterhead, or use it as a flyer. Print product. Let's get out of the way.
What's the difference?
It says flyer unfolded, letterhead unfolded.
What's it?
That's a great question. Let's see what happens. Budget or uncoded. Paper stock protection is a good way to protect your print against scratches and against color rubbing off, especially on heavily colored documents.
Oh, you have Australian currency.
Why did it? Okay, guys, we're gonna. Oh no.
And that's why I'm using this.
Hey, US. You're this. Guys, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't think I've ever seen a country scroll down option without the United States in it. That's really weird, guys. What is happening? Do we want to do pesos? Scary looking number. Yeah, let's do pounds. We're just gonna do it, guys. I don't know why it's showing just. Okay. Am I missing it? That's so weird.
That's why you had mini videos.
We're gonna do yen because it's a ridiculously high number. Yes. All right. 7,724 yen. Ready? Interesting. Okay, but beyond that, that's actually okay. That is actually kind of frustrating because I do want to show you the prices.
I guess Australian dollars is probably less.
I would say honestly, like
To American dollars.
I kind of want to say, what is it right now? Pounds to dollar. Let's see what the rate is. I think, yeah, so 1.39. We will put it in here, guys. Let's actually do fine. We will make it work. That's super weird. But okay, so let's say we selected an uncoded because that's the only option it gives us. But we can choose, say like 50. And it says about 1 pound per copy. It's 50, 60. So let's see what we got. 50, 60, $70. Goodness, let me get rid of these. Okay. So for 50 of them, it's not bad. I mean, $70. So you'd be able to get these sent out to 50 people. But granted, again, this is in-house. This is built in, apparently in every currency besides the US. Maybe they'll accept Bitcoin at some point. I'm just kidding. Probably not. Dogecoin, maybe. But if this doesn't suit your fancy, you can always, again, go to a third party. We're just going to select it. Let's see where this takes us. Okay. It should at some point. Let's see. So download and print. Okay, I agree. We haven't finalized yet. I'm not buying anything crazy. I don't think I have my credit card on here. So what is it going to do? So let's see what happens. All right, yeah. So now you put in your name, email address, phone number, the address you want to ship to. Yeah. And this is where you do all this. So yeah, then that's so it'd be a one-time thing. It doesn't save it or anything. I believe that just you can use it as like every time you buy one. Let's see. Yes. I believe you do order them and deliver them to you. So it's just an in-house option to do the print similar to any third party. You just skip the steps of having to download it, get it uploaded, make sure it's the right orientation on Vistaprint or any other option out there. Like this is kind of an in-house option. But you can gauge it and see what the price is. Who knows? This could actually be one of the cheaper options because I don't know the relative price on Vistaprint for 50. So maybe check that out.
We can save the PDF. Ask BearPrint or Vistaprint.
Or BearPrint, yeah. And so you can send it over to them. And because let me go back, let me recover that. I'm not going to because fun fact, Control-Shift-T, if you accidentally close a tab, will allow you to recover a tab that you closed if you accidentally close it. Doesn't work on incognito apparently. Okay, but yeah, if you go to Bear Printing, it's local. So if you were to set something up, I'm sure you can, let's see. Yeah, you can get a hold of them, call them, say, hey, I just put in an order, or I want to put in an order, just ask them questions and see what you can do. I'm sure they'll help.
Ordered the postcards and I made a design.
Mhm. Yeah, so then you take it, download it, and then you uploaded it here.
Yes.
Yeah. And so granted, I haven't bought anything with Bear Printing. I've messed with it. Something about our local options, they're great. They're the nicest people and they're super responsive. But man, they need to update their websites. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They bug me like big time. They look like these symbols right here remind me of Windows XP, like early 2000s. Like turn of the century. Really weird.
They do magazines. I don't remember.
Here, you could check, like even ask them. They may not have a template, but you like send it over their way. They may be able to help. Similar to BuzzWhite, like BuzzWhite does things that they typically don't, or they don't have necessarily listed, but they could do a bunch of
That's what the
customizations.
stickers too.
Yeah, vinyls. Yeah,
Yeah, kids one.
or like little stickers. They do.
Like you can customize the stickers. Like if you have images of things you want to have on stickers, you can customize.
Really, that's kind of cute. They can do like little
She
stickers.
told me like last time I was there. She had frozen stickers. I said, oh yeah, these are. You just take them.
Did they make the frozen stickers?
They made them. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
You know, it's got an advantage.
There you go, guys. You can use BuzzWhite to get custom stickers to give to people. I like that. Make little KW ones with your name on it. Give them to little kids. Make them maybe they'll do like those water tattoos. Keller Williams.
Yeah, it's more for kids.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're like, I mean, they're future clients, guys. Gosh.
Oh yeah.
20 years. Okay, but yeah, so that honestly, any questions? I know we just kind of went through, just kind of rehashed. When you go to let's exit out of that. Like you add whatever you want, modify it the way you want, make it look the way you want. Just make sure that you go through and you catch any of those brackets like that are like, hello, sir and or madam. Like get rid of that. It's a little funky. But just make sure it looks the way you want it to, and you can download it. You can share it digitally. Like, so if this magazine, you don't necessarily want to do a physical one, that is completely up to you. It is an option for you to use and enjoy. In fact, as they get more of these, which will be really nice, is you'll have more options. So if you don't use it this year, or there's certain things you don't completely utilize, well, there's a summer every year, fortunately. So you can go back. These aren't going anywhere. I think these will stay here and you'll be able to enjoy them. Who knows? We'll keep an eye on that. That's for next year. But yeah.
So we'll be on time.
Fingers crossed. Maybe we'll, at this point, that'd be really nice if they could do it out in mid-June and get it all ready and printed and good to go. That'd be really nice. But we'll see. No promises. I made promises once about Keller Williams releasing a certain update for something, and it did not happen in time. And I was like, don't kill the messenger. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's it, guys. I know it's 45 minutes. Shoot. But any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Nothing, Kirk? Nothing, Anna? You guys got it? stop share real quick. All right. Well, thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about it, or if you run into encounter any issues, let me know. I'm more than happy to help. And yeah, enjoy the hot weather this weekend. We'll see you guys.